everybody, good morning. I'm so happy that all of you were able to join us on this special occasion. A big welcome to our families, friends, teachers, and representatives from all of the incredible nonprofits receiving donations. A special welcome to the incoming 7th graders and their families. The 7th grade class has put so much effort into this year's Tzedakah or social justice project. Throughout this process, we have explored not only our personal values and beliefs, but who we are as a class and what we stand for. Not only am I beyond impressed by the passion my classmates display for our world and its inhabitants, but I am amazed that even through these difficult times, we are able to advocate for what we believe in and end the year on a truly positive note. I think I speak for our whole class when I say that it is with great pride we share our results with you. Again, thank you for coming, and I hope you find this project as inspiring as we do.
I'd like to welcome, a special welcome to all of our guests from the nonprofits. Really the upside of our sheltering in place is that we're able to welcome so many of you here today. You've really become mentors and role models to our students as you've shown them how you can make a life of meaning as we change the world. I'm going to welcome you by name, and if you're here and I don't have your name, would you please private chat me? I'm Beverly Pinto, and I'll make sure that we get your name into the list of organizations that are representative. So with a really just so much love in my heart, I'd like to welcome the following people. I'd like to welcome Virginia Hickey from the San Francisco Animal Care and Control, Maya Kendall from Jewish Vocational Service, Terrence Dixon from the Family House, Martin Fleck from Physicians for Social Responsibility, Anna Schlegel from 10,000 Degrees, Corey Knight from Wild Aid, John Fonseca from the Milo Foundation, and Samantha Parker from Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. And I also like to welcome Tara from Not for Sale. And we have a representative here whose name I don't have, from Mazone, a fabulous organization. If you are here from an organization and I don't have your name here, please do send it to me. And I'm also going to ask that we're going to be showing a video in just a minute. And if you would like to say a few words, thank you, after the announcement is made for your grant, please private chat me, and then we'll be sure to add you into the program. Most of all, if we get it wrong, if we miss you, please let me know so that we can make it right. Zoom is a little clunky, so. Our next piece of the program is a video that has been put together that shows kind of the students' work over the course of the year. Every student at the end of the project made a video that they shared with all of their other classmates about the issue they researched and the nonprofits that they presented to their classmates. And this video is a compilation that Lisa Levy put together so that we could see the breadth and the depth of this student's work. So, video.
Or do not place a stumbling block. When you are not helping people get jobs, you are putting a stumbling block in front of them.
Water is one of the most important resources on the planet. 1/10 of the world's population lives without access to this basic need.
One of the main Jewish mitzvot is chasnat orchim, or welcoming strangers. One of the main reasons that children, even as adults, when they're out of the system, don't succeed is because they don't have the proper role models or examples of success to follow.
Deforestation is one of the most critical problems in the world.
According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 1.6 million people live with a mental health condition.
Climate change is raising the temperature of the Earth, melting the ice caps, and raising the sea level.
And when you release greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, you destroy the environment and the planet. And isn't that what humans are, according to Judaism, exactly not supposed to do? Because God created us to help the earth?
The organization I chose is PETA. PETA stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
I chose the organization BTSATV for their devotion to shine a light on the problem and provide the support for victims needed to self-advocate.
The Marine Mammal Center is a hospital that actively rescues injured marine mammals on the shore of California.
Family House is a communal temporary housing unit that families can stay in as long as they need when their kid is receiving care from UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital in Mission Bay.
HIAS is a Jewish organization founded in 1881 by American Jews to help European Jews fleeing from anti-Semitic riots.
I believe that one of the best approaches to ending gun violence is from the Brady Foundation.
Nothing But Nets is a global grassroots campaign to help raise awareness, funds, and voices to help fight malaria.
Pediatric cancer goes with the Jewish values for saving life and healing the sick. Cancer is a deadly disease that causes thousands of people to lose their lives each year.
The Jewish value of choosing life, or Ucharta B'chaim, tells us to choose life and to treasure it.
Sages teach us that saving a life may be one of the most important, if not the most important, Jewish value. In fact, it's so important, you're allowed to break other commandments to save a life.
Do not take the mother together with her young. Let the mother go and take only the young, in order that you may fare well and have a long life. This is stating that if you are kind to animals, you will live a better and longer life.
When people are getting trafficked, it totally ignores the Jewish value kavod, which means respect.
The Jewish value that I chose for my Tzedakah project is treatment of animals, or Tzedakah Celebration.
The Jewish mitzvot Bal Tashit means to not destroy. I believe that connects to my cause of limiting nuclear weapons because nuclear weapons destroy everything.
This Jewish value means keepers of the earth.
Desar Ba'ali is a Jewish value that said that you should not cause animals any unnecessary suffering.
Charity Navigator has awarded WildAid an 100-point score for 4 years in a row. WildAid's recent revenue is down because of the coronavirus, and their programs need more help.
The ADL's mission is to stop the defamation of the Jewish people and to secure justice and fair treatment to all. I feel that there is a need for equal treatment of all living and that nobody should ever be called out on in a negative way for having their own beliefs.
10,000 Degrees goes into low-income communities and help kids from 8th grade all the way through college.
Ray Ann, before First Place for Youth, was at the bottom of it all. She didn't have a job, a place for a child to go to school, and a degree. But when she went to First Place for Youth, everything changed. They helped her find a job, a place for a child to go to school, and the best part, a tech degree. First Place for Youth has helped her become who and what she has become today.
Military veterans that are returning to their families are starving because of the lack of food and money. Of all people we appreciate, those who have dedicated their lives to our country should have the privilege of food. If Mazon had a sum of money, it would be donated to military veterans in need. So, your donation to NAMI will save a life, or make it better. Your donation.
We need to take action. Lung cancer can affect all of us and has killed countless people in the past. Lung cancer is a looming danger on everyone and needs to be more researched. If we donate to longevity, we can save lives, follow Jewish values, and be ensured that all of our friends and family will be safe.
We are worrying about our future and what we will do to benefit ourselves. But we should look back first and think, what can I do to help others, to help the world? I feel privileged to live in the Bay Area and go to an amazing school, but I take that as a responsibility to help others.
אז יבואו כבר כולם, אמרו
Before we begin the student allocations, I want to make a few other welcomes to more representatives from the nonprofits that are with us today. This is really wonderful. So I'd like to welcome Rabbi Zohav and Susan Levine from Eitzim. I'd like to welcome Kristen Faith Sharp from Break the Silence, Christy Eanes Barnes from Longevity, Danielle Henderson from the Marine Mammal Center, Kelly Finley from the National Association for Mental Health. That I didn't get that right, from NAMI, I'm sorry. And Kristen Faith from Break the Silence. And so I know that our applaud won't be heard, but we're all silently applauding all of the representatives from the organizations who've made the time to join us here today. It's really wonderful. It's really a testament to who you are as mentors to our students. So now we'll begin our allocations announcements.
Well, I am pleased to announce that Eitzim will get $200 to fighting climate change.
Hi, thank you so much, Jake. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I really enjoyed our conversation, and Eitzim's primary purpose right now is helping everyone get to no carbon emissions, carbon neutral by use of renewable energy, eating less meat, taking care of food waste, and quite a few other things, but those are top ones that we can all do, and then advocating for policies like a green amendment in your state to further that. Thank you so much. We're very honored, and kol hakavod lachem to all of you for all your hard work over the year. And that was an amazing list of organizations and Jewish values. I'm also a Jewish educator, not only a climate activist. So it was very heartwarming to see you all. Di Barti.
I'm happy to say that Nothing But Nets is receiving $200 to continue their fight against malaria.
Through our decisions, I'm happy to announce that Greening Australia will receive $200.
I'm pleased to announce that Longevity will receive a donation of $200 to continue its work in researching and treating lung cancer.
I'm grateful that my organization, the Australian Red Cross, will be receiving a donation of $200 to help with different types of issues that are relevant right now around the world.
I'm happy to announce that Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence will be receiving $200 to continue their amazing work in preventing gun violence. And I'm also pleased to announce that Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence will also be receiving $200 to continue their amazing work in shining a light on domestic violence and supporting victims.
I am proud to announce that Jewish Vocational Services will be receiving a generous grant of $200 to continue help people get jobs from the 7th grade Tzedakah class.
I am happy to announce a donation of $200 for the Marine Mammal Center to support their work of protecting ocean animals.
This is Danielle from the Marine Mammal Center, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for the donation, and we are so proud of all the work that you are doing, and this is amazing, and thank you for including us.
I'm happy to announce a donation of $200 to Wild Aid to support their work of protecting animals, educating people about the dangers of wet markets, and their program on climate change.
Hello. I just want to say a special thank you to Jaden. I really enjoyed working with you. This is Corey Knights from Wild Aid. Thank you so much to the Brandeis community for this support. I was so impressed with his presentation. Thank you very much.
I'm happy to say that Compassion Rural Farming will be receiving a $200 grant for their amazing work to stop factory farming against.
I am pleased to announce that we will be donating a sum of $200 to the Milo Foundation to assist their work of helping at-risk animals find good homes.
Yeah, hi, this is John with Milo Foundation. And Sam, I want to thank you and your classmates so much for this wonderful support. It's a wonderful thing you're doing there, and thanks to the team at Brandeis Marin. I just want to say really briefly that a silver lining in these times is that pet adoptions are up throughout the country and in our community. So many animals are finding homes, loving homes, and your contribution will help with this effort. So thank you all so much.
Okay. I'm happy to announce that the people for the ethical treatment of animals, also known as PETA, will be receiving a grant of $200 to support their work of fighting for animal rights.
I am proud to announce that the San Francisco Animal Care Control will be receiving a gift of $200 to continue their work against animal cruelty and neglect.
I am pleased to announce that Family House will be receiving $200 to continue their work with supporting families with an ill child.
I want to thank Brandeis, Marin, and then a special thank you to Sasha for assisting Family House. This is going to go a long way, especially in these difficult times with the pediatric house that helps out kids getting cancer treatment. So once again, thank you from all of us at Family House.
I'm honored to announce that the 7th grade of Brandeis Marin will be donating $200 to First Place for Youth to help foster cares that are aging out of the system. And because Katie's audio isn't working, I will go on her behalf. She wanted me to say, I'm really excited that Mazone is receiving a grant of $200 from the Brandeis Marin class in order to help those that are in need of food.
I'm proud to announce that JCCA will be receiving $200 to assist in taking part in their amazing work and helping provide the best child care for children and families in New York. Also, the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, will be receiving $200 to work to fight anti-Semitism, bullying, and intolerance.
I am very proud to announce that the National Alliance on Mental Illness will be receiving a lovely $200 grant from us at the 7th grade of Brandeis to aid in their work to support those with mental illness and others affected.
Thank you so much, Kaden. This is Kelly from NAMI Marin. I appreciate it so much. Young people inform every component of what we do at NAMI Marin because your voices matter and your mental health matters, and the mentors you are to your friends and your community have always been so awesome and impressive to me. So keep up all the great work. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the impact that you're making.
I am glad to announce that Chatterproof will be receiving $200 to continue their work against drug addiction. And I am honored to announce that the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide will be receiving $200 from Brandeis Marin to continue their work on teen suicide prevention.
I am honored to announce that the Hebrew Immigration Aid Society will be receiving $200 from the Brandeis Marin community to continue helping immigrants and refugees from around the world.
I am pleased to say that the organization I chose, PSR, will be receiving $200 from the 7th grade Tzedakah Fund to progress nuclear disarmament.
Thank you, Dante. Shalom. I'm Martin with Physicians for Social Responsibility. Had a great conversation with Dante. Wanted to thank him and also Beverly Pinto and Brandeis. What an awesome program. And I hope for all of you 7th graders that this is and Dante that this is just the beginning of a career in activism. Starts now and keeps going, because the status quo is not okay, not just with nuclear weapons, but with all of these other issues that you've been covering. So we need you out there working. And I also want to say thank you so much for inspiring all of us to keep going.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for choosing Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence. We are a national organization that helps victims and survivors and angel families who have lost loved ones to domestic violence. So thank you, students, for choosing our organization. We help families every single day, and as we all know it, with coronavirus and being locked down, a lot of victims feel trapped in abusive relationships. So our organization is virtual and in person, so we are definitely tapping into the resources that we have virtually to help families all over the country. So thank you so much, and we will definitely use your gift to help more and more families in this interesting time that we're living in.
Hi everyone, I'm Maya representing JVS. I want to thank you so much for supporting the work that we do, supporting people who are underemployed or unemployed in the Bay Area to find work, which is now more challenging and more urgent than ever before. I also just want to appreciate the process that you've gone through in the spirit of great Jewish learning. You have asked so many good questions to seek answers and information about all of us as organizations, and you are an absolute inspiration to me. I identify with you as a young person and young people, and I just hope that you continue to take this spirit of caring about the world and caring about Tikkun Olam with you as you go on. We really need you. Thank you.
I'm pleased to announce that Rainforest Trust will be receiving a $750 donation to continue their preservation of rainforests all over the world.
I am proud to announce that 10,000 Degrees will be receiving a donation of $750 to helping students achieve their academic goals. It was an honor working with you. Thanks for the work you do.
Ezra, this is Anna Schlegel from 10,000 Degrees. I really wanted to thank you so much for nominating us for this. We are really honored. 10,000 Degrees helps students from low-income backgrounds get into and through college, and every little bit helps. So we really, really appreciate this donation and your support. Thank you.
I'm happy to announce that Not for Sale will be receiving $750 to carry on their work against human trafficking.
I am very happy that Charity Water will be given $1,400 from the 7th grade. Charity Water works to provide clean water and sanitation to the world, which ultimately helps women and children in developing countries work and go to school. I'm proud we are supporting them in their efforts.
I'm happy to announce that St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital will be receiving $1,400 of the 7th grade Tzedakah Fund to help cure pediatric cancer and support the families affected for free.
Every year, the Brandeis Marin 7th grade passes on some of their funds to the incoming 7th graders. The fund money acts as a seed, helping spread kindness and tzedakah. Our seed will help the next grade flourish while they make their own changes in the world. This year, I'm happy to announce that the class of 2021 will be passing on $201.10 to the incoming 7th graders. We hope this will help during your allocations day, and we can't wait to see the impact you have on the world.
Hi, everybody. I was asked to speak as someone who's new to this project as a new teacher in this area at Brandeis Marin. My name is Trish Tillman, and I just wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, what you just heard was all the awards that this class made based on specific and deeply considered questions of their own service priorities. And it was informed by each student's presentation, as you saw a snippet of earlier, about where their individual passions lay. This process did what the best, most rigorous considerations do. They bring the participants to an agreed consensus to act for a higher goal than their own individual interests. And that is not easy. We see that in the world today. To move beyond your individual to the greater good was a big lesson that I learned again and again working with this class. This class showed high levels of commitment, respectful debate, sophisticated defense of their stances with researched evidence, and complex reasoning about how effective their economic support could truly, truly be. I was gratified to see that our work here led our students through a lot of these big unknowns. How could they really make a difference? Where did we even really start? So coming from the individual and looking inward at our own values, looking at the Jewish values of our community, and then for me, most importantly, looking at the outside. How do I connect to the outside? How do I find a reputable website? How do I research a topic? How do I find a topic that I do connect to outside in the world? How do I talk to a grown-up stranger who are now part of our community joining us here today? How do I write a formal essay? How do I write a formal email? How do I talk to people on the phone to make a formal business call? How the heck do I schedule a meeting? You could get a PhD in that alone, right? And then lastly, how to present and defend a strong stance on a real world issue. And to sum up, I just want to say, guys, we now have on our hands people who actually know how to make a difference. Not people who just think about an issue or hope for a resolution to a problem, but people who have actively gone through the process of making change happen in the world. And that makes me so proud to be on this team. Thank you. We're going to turn now to the last essential part of any good process, which is articulating the learning and reflecting on what we did. So you're going to now hear from several members of our 7th grade reflecting on just that and what they are taking away from the project.
After finishing the Tzedakah project, I learned many things about myself, including how I could work with a team, how I could be flexible, and that I'm able to distribute money. These are all properties that I learned towards the end of the project. But what were the challenges that got me there? And what did I learn from each challenge? The first challenge that occurred to me was finding an issue that was current and important. The way I found the issue of immigration was by watching the news and learning what people had to go through just to become citizens or live in another country. I had huge amounts of sympathy for them and wanted to help in any way possible. Something I learned from this challenge is that many people have less than what we do, and we need to help them. The second challenge that I had was picking an organization. At first, I believed that the organization I would choose was the IRC, but because we had to look at 3 organizations, I discovered Hayas, which I liked as well. It was a tough choice because of how good both organizations are, but in the end, I chose Hayas. The lesson I learned from this is to always look deeper into things and never make a decision without knowing much about it. The last major lesson I learned from a difficult challenge was when I had to pick the 2 issues that I thought were the most important and which organization I thought did the best job of doing them. At first, I believed that the 2 most important issues were immigration and global affairs and environment because one helped with issues that happened worldwide and the organizations were very big and could help many people. I chose the environment because we need to help the earth because of all the things it does for us. After hearing good arguments from the rest of the members of my breakout room, I understood that I have to be flexible and have to listen to what other people say and think. I had to overcome many challenges in the Tzedakah project, and I learned many things from each one. I will use the skills I learned from this incredible project for the rest of my life and will continue to learn things from all of the challenges I face for the rest of my life.
What I personally noticed about our class was that the class started out not knowing what to expect or thinking that it would be boring. But once we actually started, I noticed that our class started working together, and once the breakout room started, we realized that instead of arguing on those topics, it would just be better to compromise. By the end of the Tzedakah class, we'd compromised on everything, and we were happy to see that our organizations got funds to make the world a better place.
During the allocations, I learned a lot about my classmates. As it turns out, many people in my class have their own very strong and independent opinions and are all able to voice them with ease. My classmates showed tremendous leadership as we talked about how we could allocate our funds, and each one would not stop voicing their own opinions until it was heard. I saw people voting for organizations they believed in, and everyone making their own informed decisions. This really impressed me, and it shows incredible strength of character in everyone.
I would like to say thank you to Joel for helping us throughout the experience of the Tzedakah Project. You've helped us by finding consensus throughout the group and teaching us the importance of charity. Thank you.
I would like to thank all of our parents for their contributions to the Tzedakah Fund, which allowed us to donate to all these organizations. Our parents supported all of us during this year-long project. Thank you, parents. We could not have done it without you.
I would like to give a big thanks to the faculty that have made this possible. Without their help, support, and guidance, it is hard to imagine what would it be like. Ms. Pinto, Ms. Levy, Mr. Friedman, Ms. Tillman, Ms. Franklin, Marav, and Barbara. Thank you for helping us get to where we are today. This is a big step in our lives as we have learned about Tzedakah and how it feels to give. I'm sure we will all remember this for a very long time. Thank you.
Congratulations, 7th grade, and thank you so much for inspiring us with your work. My name is Peg Sandell, for those who are on the call from all of the various organizations. I want to thank you all so much for taking time today to be present for the announcement of these awards, and also to thank you for working with our students. As I'm sure the adults gathered here today know, it's not necessarily easy for kids to navigate a world of nonprofit organizations that really wasn't designed for student engagement. And each one of you from your various organizations made time to work with our kids, to listen to their questions, to answer their questions, and to give them insight into the incredible work that you do. For those of you who aren't familiar with the 7th grade Tzedakah Project, you got a really great insight into the inner workings of how this year-long project works. But I want to add another layer, and that is that we have anchored this project in the 7th grade because this is the year when so many of our students reach the age of maturity in the Jewish tradition, and many of them celebrate their bar or bat mitzvah. It's a time in which a student, a young person, really enters the world of adult responsibility. And 7th grade, what you guys have shown us today, and really all year, and this year in particular, that you are not too young to make a difference, and you are not too young to be heard. And I hope that that is a message that each and every one of you walks away from this experience with. You have inspired us today. You've shared with us organizations working in so many sectors, from animal rights and health issues, the environment, caring for the vulnerable, social justice issues. Many of the adults on this call today probably weren't even aware of all of the organizations that you've now introduced us to. So your good works have this ripple effect. Not only have you clearly impacted these organizations by giving them critically needed funds so that they can do their work in the world, but you've also introduced the rest of us in the community to the good work that these organizations do so that we too may be inspired to support their efforts. But I also want to note that you reached the sort of most critical part of the Tzedakah Project during this global pandemic. And while each and every one of us has been stuck at home, I think it is clear to everyone on this call today that you have been anything but stuck at home. You have used and pivoted, you have used the opportunity that distance learning has provided to reach out beyond your homes, to reach out beyond yourselves, and to reach out to the world to continue to make your difference. So neither being young nor being stuck at home can stop you. And this morning, we witnessed over $10,000 being given away to incredibly worthy organizations. I'm sure that I am joined by every adult on this call today that we hope that you continue with your life of activism. Just like a bar or bat mitzvah in the Jewish tradition is not an end. It is only a beginning. And I think the beginning that you have opened this year gives us all hope and optimism that you will continue to be change makers and make a difference in this world. So thank you so much, 7th graders, for inspiring us, for making a difference, and for showing us that a pandemic cannot keep you down and that nothing can stop you from making a difference with your time and your energy, your thoughtful deliberation, and bringing your caring hearts to the work that is so desperately needed to repair our world. Mazal tov, 7th grade. Congratulations.
הלוואי ומענן תרד עלינו קשת, הלוואי שלעולם הזה יש תקנה, הלוואי ויום יצמח מתוך סופה גועשת